All right, boys, welcome in to the third episode of the Buttered Popcorn Podcast. We are without our usual co-host, Andrew, today. However, we do have a very special co-host from the Rally Cap Podcast today, Zach Freeze. How are we doing, Mr. Freeze?
I'm doing fantastic, Crumb. How are you doing?
Oh, dude, we're living the dream. Got me a nice glass of JMO right here.
Yeah.
I'm ready to roll. Elliot, how you feeling?
I'm all right, Connor. We haven't had any Wi-Fi issues. That's usually the first part of these Zoom calls.
Actually, since you were last in, we did have some issues where Freeze couldn't hear me this time.
Okay, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, no, we still had some technical issues. You were just late to the show.
Yeah. Okay, that's about right.
Boys, before we get into this, you guys both host the Rally Cap Podcast together. What do we have to look forward to this season? Who's the favorite?
Wait, who is this guy?
Who's who?
Who's you? I don't know you.
Who's me?
Yeah. What's your name again?
My name's Elliot. What's your name?
I thought you were my intern.
Yeah, I am. So yeah, the Rally Cap. There's not much to look forward to, unfortunately, because the Reds are the worst team of all time. So, if you want a good plug, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. Probably to a podcast that maybe supports a good team, like the Yankees, maybe the Red Sox.
Oh, you can shut the hell up about the Yankees.
Oh, sorry. Are you you're a Red Sox fan too?
Yeah, Aaron Judge is a bum.
So you're a 49ers fan. You're a Red Sox fan. What other fan are you?
San Jose Sharks.
Yep, that's about right.
Oh, Manchester City.
Hey, Connor, name me one. Hey, Connor, name me one San Jose Shark player.
I can't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
I'm genuinely just a fan because I like Sharks. And I was like, fuck it, I want a jersey.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
I'll wear the jersey for you next week. Okay.
That sounds good. So yeah, by the way, so to answer your question, what do we have to look forward to? Not much. Not much. We got an opening day special coming up, and that'll be probably the whole year.
I was gonna say maybe the Reds opening day parade because Cincinnatians go hard for that.
Yep, and then it'll be dead, and then it'll be done.
And we're all just gonna be crying together.
That's right.
Gotta be more positive. We got an opening day spectacular. We're going to the moon this season. We're gonna have a
Freeze,
lot of
how many beers you indulging per game this season?
Probably when I'm at the game, probably one or two because they're like $37. But at home, I don't know. It doesn't matter. This year doesn't matter. I don't need to be imbibing too many beverages. It's just this team sucks. So if you just go into it, just like it's fine. We're gonna suck. So I'm not gonna be on edge. I don't need any. I don't need any. I may need like at times I'll want to pour some hard liquor. Watching Kevin Newman strike out 6 times a game, but.
Well, you're not ready for the Reds rebuild into their next rebuild.
It's not going to be a 10th season, so I think it'll be fine. It'll be low expectations. Maybe they'll surprise me.
All right. Well, I didn't expect anything better than that answer.
Yeah, there you go. You asked, and you got it, baby.
And then before we get into any movies, we need to give a rest in peace to the great Lance Reddick. Passed away this week.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty sad. I loved him in The Wire. I saw Bosch. I don't know if you ever saw Bosch, Connor.
I did not.
It was a detective show. He was in that one as well. He was very, very, very good. And I'm very sad.
I know he's in John Wick 4, which comes out this weekend. But
yep, I believe this. I think it's his last movie. I could be wrong, but I think it'll be probably his last movie. So
I would imagine, but I can't swear to it. Yeah, we'll come back next week and figure it out. All right, Elliot, you want to give us the intro to our first movie?
Oh no! What's our first movie? I don't even know. Are we gonna do Moneyball? Can we do Moneyball first?
No, we're saving Moneyball for last.
Okay. Well, wait. Okay, hold on. What's the? See, now you got me rattled. What's the? Where's our list here?
It's on the spreadsheet, bro.
The spreadsheet. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is lost. I don't know where this link is to the spreadsheet. I have to go back in this text chain. The spreadsheet is gone. Hold on. Let me go find the spreadsheet. Hold on. This is radio here. This is quality radio.
Good radio.
I'm looking. Here's Frank the Tank. So now I gotta go. Let's go find the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet I think was sent to me a month ago.
Hmm.
So this is where we are. Connor just doing this.
Sounds like someone's unprepared.
I am unprepared. Well, if you have to know, I just woke up from a long nap.
It's an every week thing, Freeze.
It's been a long day. Connor, where's the spreadsheet?
You know, it's coming your way now since apparently I'm the only one who's organized. Or here's another great option: is you could literally just ask me what the first movie we were talking about today is.
That's true.
No, I wanted to do. No, we're too far in now. We got to keep it doing it this way.
Every movie we talk about today, I know you've seen.
Hold on. Here we go. I have the spreadsheet is in my possession. Everybody's done because I have the spreadsheet. I have the power. Moneyball's first on this list.
I didn't say we're going in the order of that.
Well, then how am I supposed to know? I was right. I was right. I have the spreadsheet, and Moneyball was first on the list. No, we're gonna do Moneyball first. We're gonna do Moneyball first.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna do Moneyball first.
Drop the hostility, Mickey.
The hostility is what keeps this podcast alive. I say Moneyball. What's first on the list, Freeze? It's Moneyball right here on the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet that I'm going to continue to forget exists until the recording of.
I'm glad we're doing Moneyball first because I didn't tell Crum and I wanted to save it for the podcast. Your so-called baseball movie expert here that you brought in hasn't seen the other two movies. No chance. Like I haven't seen the other two. So.
That's all right.
Freeze, Freeze, you saw 40. Freeze, didn't you see 42?
No.
You're an idiot then.
I haven't seen 42.
Get him off.
Why haven't you seen 42?
I didn't see 42.
Connor, so one thing about Zach, and I guess we can start here before we go into our first movie, Moneyball, which I was right. So this 5-minute filler time, we had to just sit here. I was right. Shout out Elliot. Spreadsheet. Zach tends to start movies, Connor, and then he turns them off about 30 seconds in, and then he'll go and listen to a podcast, and then he'll call it a day. So that's the Zach Freeze method. So this is the movie guy we've brought onto our movie podcast here.
Well, hey, I didn't
start either of these movies, so the joke's on you. I didn't start any of them. Didn't need to go 30 seconds in because I didn't start them.
Connor, do you want to start Moneyball or do you want to save it? Because we can let's do the other two since he hasn't seen them, and then we'll do Moneyball.
All right, sounds good.
So we'll do your original plan that I was unaware of. But for the record, Connor, will you admit that I was right because on the spreadsheet it was listed first?
It is first.
Okay, so I'm right.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I'm always right. Here we go. So we'll start with Field of Dreams. Connor, classic movie, great movie.
Honestly, what I think is the second best baseball movie.
I would tend to agree. And obviously it's been enhanced with the MLB bringing in the Field of Dreams game. Now, Zach, you've never seen the movie Field of Dreams?
But I've seen Mike Papirski wear the old-time Reds uniform in the Field of Dreams game. So I know a little thing or two about Field of Dreams.
So the MLB started doing the Field of Dreams game. It's been a phenomenal addition to the season. Connor, have you tuned in yet to the MLB Field of Dreams game?
Yeah, and actually on that note, so you guys both know I play on a vintage baseball team. We have the opportunity to play there this year.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I might be taking a nice little trip out to Iowa.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
So Field of Dreams is pretty phenomenal. You know, the guy lives on the farm, and basically he meets James Earl Jones's character. Let me think if I get this one right here. Terrence. His name's Terrence. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his name's Terrence in the movie. And basically they go down. It's a movie about, you know, reconnecting with your father, missed time, reconnecting through baseball, and all this emotional stuff. A very, very well done movie. Set place in Iowa. What part of Iowa is this in? Zach, do you know this one?
It's Dyersville, Iowa.
Dyersville.
It's pretty much in the mid. There's nothing close to to Dyersville. Really, it's not really that. It's not really.
Yeah,
that close.
that's actually why I said I might be playing out there, because a bunch of my team is saying that there wouldn't be anything to do after we finish playing. But I keep trying to argue, you still get the opportunity to play at Field of Dreams. You fucking take that opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm terrible with names. Costner. Basically, they have the dilemma where they have to try to, raise corn because they live on the farm, but his character was walking through the corn one night, hears the voices. If you build it, they will come. And ever since then, obviously, everything ensued. He meets Ray Earl Jones. That's pretty much it. It's a very good movie.
Well, remember, after that, when they're at Fenway, he gets the message to go see Moonlight Graham.
Correct.
And then
so then,
bring into the field to see him play.
And it sparks the whole journey, basically. I have it rated a 93 on my scale, Connor. I don't know what you have on yours.
I have it at an 8.9.
So that's okay. So that's similar. Very similar.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen it. I want to rewatch it now. And honestly, I can see it moving up. While we're there, I'll go through. Average Letterboxd, a 3.6 out of 5. Rotten Tomatoes has an 88% on the tomato meter, 86% audience score. IMDb is a 7.5 out of 10.
Yes.
All of those to me are criminally low.
Ray Liotta, by the way, another phenomenal. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. Great performance there.
Absolutely. Did you know he never watched this movie?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if he got around to watching it before he passed, but I read an article today that said that he never watched the movie because his mom was sick during production and he wasn't able to take care of her. And so every time he thinks of the movie, he mentally goes back to that.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that? Now I kind of forget this part. Was Terrence or Earl Jones' character, was he dead the whole time or was he alive?
No, he was alive.
Okay, but they invite him into the corn at the end.
Yeah, and I believe that's his passing.
Okay, so that part still confuses me a little. It's a metaphorical movie, but I like it a lot.
Yeah. And also, fun fact: did you know you can see Ben Affleck and Matt Damon as extras in the movie?
Really?
Yeah, I think it was Damon was 17, Affleck was 16, and they're extras, and they're sitting behind Ray and Terrence Mann at Fenway Park at the game.
How about that?
Yeah. So, and I looked up the scene today. I couldn't see Damon, but I could definitely see Affleck right behind James Earl Jones.
Well, there we go. Field of Dreams. Connor and I have similar scores. Zach likes the MLB version when the Reds play in it.
Last year,
if only the Reds had a team that was good to go play there.
Correct.
Last year, I give that Field of Dreams game a 0.3.
That's because the Reds
played
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First year was great though.
So what's crazy though is this movie came out May 5th, 1989. Budget of $15 million. It ended up grossing $64,431,000 in U.S. and Canada. So,
really?
I mean, that's a win.
Big time.
Yeah, it was nominated for Best Picture, but they lost to Driving Miss Daisy. It was nominated for Best Writing, and it lost to Dead Poets Society. That makes perfect sense. And then it was also nominated for Best Music, and it lost to Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid.
There we go. Actually Under the Sea, that deserved a win. So.
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree with that whatsoever. Did you also ever notice when watching it that there's a little Watergate joke in there?
A Watergate joke? No, I did not.
I forget which town he's walking through, but he's walking through a town, and one of the storefronts has a campaign sign for Nixon up, and right behind it is a bunch of tape recordings. Poking a little fun.
There we go. All right. Well, there's Field of Dreams. Connor, how about this one? 42, Connor. One of Chadwick Boseman's probably one of his best work, I would say, right?
Might be my favorite role of Boseman. Another one.
Obviously, everybody knows the story of Jackie Robinson, so I don't really have to go into the plot too much. Branch Rickey.
Yeah,
Harrison
that was
Ford
the
played
Dodgers
Branch Rickey.
owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you know that role was originally they wanted Jack Nicholson to play?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he could have done well. I mean, I genuinely think he's the best actor of all time. But
That's fair. That's fair. Did,
no,
has Jack?
did,
What did he win an Oscar for The Shining?
I believe
I don't
so.
know. I don't know if he did, but anyway, movie is very, very good. I give them this movie a 9.4. It was phenomenal by Bozeman. There's a couple really cool scenes. The Pee Wee Reese scene's really cool. When basically he puts his arm around his shoulder and shows the entire crowd.
Director for this movie, Brian, I'm gonna butcher it, but Helgeland. His most notable film that he directed outside of this was A Knight's Tale, one of my favorite comedies of all time. Cinematography, however, Don Burgess has one hell of a resume. He has also done the cinematography on Forrest Gump, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Aquaman, Castaway, Polar Express, Conjuring 2, Enchanted, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio that just won an Oscar.
There we go.
Average rating on Letterboxd 3.6, Rotten Tomatoes 81% tomato meter, 85% audience, IMDb 7.5 out of 10. Me personally, 8.5 out of 10.
It's a fair score. I give it a 9.4, but fair score. Fair scores all around. Zach, your score of a movie you haven't seen?
It's a 10. It's a biography. How could it go wrong?
That's fair. That's fair.
This movie had a budget of 40 million, grossed 95 million US and Canada. It's another win. Awards was nominated for the Acapulco Black Film Festival Breakthrough Actor. He lost to Michael B. Jordan in Fruitvale Station.
Yep.
To prepare for this role, Bozeman practiced baseball 5 times a week for 5 months straight. Met with Robinson's wife to learn about his life a little more in depth and honor his role. And it actually broke the box office record for an opening weekend for a baseball movie, just beating out The Benchwarmers.
Really?
Yeah, The Benchwarmers had it since 2006 till this came out April 12, 2013.
How about that, Zach? You ever see The Benchwarmers?
I've seen The Benchwarmers. I like that one.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of The Benchwarmers?
It's Nick Swartzen just being afraid to go outside.
Yeah, that's good.
That's always a classic.
I like the line in The Benchwarmers, by the way, when what's that guy's name? I'm so bad with names right off the cuff. The friend of Chris Farley, friend of Adam Sandler.
David Spade.
When David Spade. When David Spade strikes out and the kid says, "You're still out," and then he says, "You're still fat." That's one of the best quotes of all time.
I still use that line to this day. By the way, circling back, Elliot, Jack Nicholson did not win for The Shining. He won Best Actor in As Good as It Gets, Best Supporting Actor in Terms of Endearment, and Best Actor for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. I would have thought he would have won from The Shining, though. That's surprising.
I can agree with that, but I mean, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest makes perfect sense. I have that in my top 20 films of all time.
Yep. So there's 42. Really not much to discuss. It's this pretty simple story, I'd say. Jackie Robinson, again, overcoming incredibly racist people, and becoming a legend in the baseball world. So nobody will forget what he did. And Chadwick Boseman there's like Connor said earlier, there's nobody better that could have played that role.
Oh, so, absolutely not. I mean, gone too soon. And
speaking of true stories, we're going to Moneyball, Connor. Moneyball.
Hands down, no argument needed. Best sports movie of all time.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever it's such a good movie. I have it, I think, like a 9.7 on my scale. I don't think there's a sports movie that can touch it. I don't think anything has come close, honestly.
The only one in my eyes that comes close is Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans, but even Remember the Titans was a very simple story. There wasn't much in Remember the Titans. Obviously, it's a very good movie, but it's a family-friendly, la-di-da, predictable kind of movie.
Okay, yeah, but it also covers like the Civil Rights Act, and then don't tell me you didn't tear up when he was paralyzed
Well, of
Julius-
course I teared up, Connor. I'm
and
not.
Julius walks in the room and he goes, "Can't you see that's my brother?"
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, of course. I cried a tear or two, maybe three. But the movies it goes in kind of a it kind of goes in the direction you want it. Moneyball, I feel like takes you through all aspects of baseball. It goes through the player dynamic, the ownership dynamic, the management dynamic, the scouting dynamic, all aspects of the game, and it does it in a very realistic way. I felt.
Well, yeah,
I
they also find a way to make stats interesting.
correct.
That's that shouldn't go unnoticed at all.
No, and since baseball stats are shitty, Zach, why don't you talk to me about a couple baseball stats you like?
I like Flarp. I like Warp. I like Slap.
Yep, slap and
what
whip and war.
No, I think Moneyball. No, in all seriousness, though, Moneyball is great. I think the dynamic of like back in the early 2000s, late 90s of the old head like scouts that were just like, yeah, well he has the feel of a baseball player. He looks like a baseball player, And when you bring in what is his name in the movie? Pete, is that his name? Right, Jonah Hill.
Yeah,
Jerry D. Podesta is who he's based off of, who I believe is with the Browns now. It goes to show you like the whole analytics and how you get that takes now that's a huge part of baseball now. 20 years ago, if you said war, you would probably be looked at like you had three heads. But I like the dynamics of on a very baseball level. Even just like on base isn't some like crazy stat now. Like on base is pretty common, like it's referred to pretty commonly nowadays. But back then the scouts were like in the movie, well, Scott Hatteberg can't throw, Billy.
yeah.
He can't throw. He's got to play first. Pete, why do we want him? Because he gets on base. So just like the very baseline level of analytics I liked. And obviously Brad Pitt was fantastic. And I just Moneyball to me is it had a little bit, I think it had a little bit of everything. Like Elliot said, you have the dynamic of the players and David Justice, you see him, lived in Cincinnati, no big deal. And just that kind of thing. I really enjoy Moneyball. Moneyball is an upper echelon sports movie. If it's not number one, it's right behind Air Bud. But
Yeah. By the way, Hatteberg played by Chris Pratt. It was probably one of his very first movie roles.
Yeah, he was kind of not well, he was in Parks and Rec, right? But
movie.
Yeah.
He was denied the role twice.
Really?
Yeah, because they said he didn't look like an athlete, and Pratt ended up losing 30 pounds after being told he wasn't in good enough shape.
That's interesting. And I'm pretty sure that's initially how he lost, like, because, in Parks and Rec, he was always kind of the bigger guy. And then it was probably this role that kept him down and to where he is now a Star-Lord.
MCU.
Yeah, and the manager of the A's, R.I.P. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
I thought he was perfect. I thought he was so perfect in what managers have to go through, how they just get bullied by the front office. I thought that was perfectly played by Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, no, he crushed that role. And actually, I was reading today too, Jonah Hill's character, Peter Brand, didn't actually exist.
Yeah, that's what Zach was saying. That's what Zach was saying.
Well,
that guy,
no, but he was loosely based on someone else. So apparently the actual guy that helped Billy Beane played, I think, offensive line in college and then catcher in college. And apparently he was like more of a meathead, but like, still smart, but like very jock level. But when they cast Jonah Hill for him and he saw how Jonah Hill was playing the part, he didn't like it. So he said he didn't want his name attached to it at all. So so they changed it to Peter Brand.
Interesting. And I thought Jonah Hill's character was phenomenal. I would have.
Oh, it's Jonah Hill's best role.
I would agree. I would tend to agree. I thought he played that role perfectly.
That or Django.
What?
That or Django.
Yeah.
Or well, no, probably not Django.
All I hear is criticize.
He was one of the racists, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie's pretty perfect. There's not a cooler scene, I don't think, in a sports movie when Scott Hatteberg hits the home run and it goes silent and you hear and you hear the theme music of Moneyball play over as they get their 20th is it 21st, Zach?
I think 21st, yeah.
Their 21st consecutive
right.
win. And the whole thing was incredible. And obviously you think they're going to go on this big if you're not a sports fan, you think they're going to go on this big championship run. They're going to do it all. They're going to do it. No, they get bounced. They get bounced early in the playoffs. It obviously wasn't good enough, but it was good enough to earn Billy Beane the attention of the Red Sox. Red Sox offer him to be the highest paid general manager in all of sports, turns it down to stay with the Athletics, which was kind of like a big win, kind of almost like a championship feeling. He gets to stay with Peter and the A's organization and try to help them win.
Just to watch the Sox go and win 3 years later.
Correct. That's a heartbreaking part of the movie when they have the subtitles up there and it's the Red Sox used Billy Beane's method to help them win a championship to end their drought.
No, and one thing I really like about the movie though too, was the dynamic they tied in though with his family, because they didn't have to do that, but because it was like such a character study of a movie on Billy Beane, like it made him, more. You could connect with him more.
Correct.
And actually, in real life, Billy Beane was actually remarried during that time, and they shot some scenes with his wife, but they decided it wasn't going to work out as well for the story, so they just cut out all scenes with his wife.
Interesting. And I thought the daughter played a perfect role.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the ending scene is her singing the song that Billy wanted her to sing for him, and he's just in his car contemplating what he accomplished, and the zoom in of the eye as he cries as it fades to black. One of the more powerful scenes of all time, nonetheless, in a sports movie, which again I will reiterate, and Connor has said and Zach has said, even though Zach's probably seen 3 movies total. So it's the single best sports movie, and I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close. If you look at it from a film critic standpoint, I don't think there's a sports movie that holds up. I'd argue Caddyshack, if you wanted to try to throw a sports movie that was maybe just as good, that's one. Obviously,
I don't like Caddyshack.
You don't like Caddyshack. I thought Caddyshack's phenomenal, but
I love Caddyshack, but it's not in the same.
But it accomplishes its goal. It's the funniest sports movie for sure. And obviously remember the Titans, as Connor said, is definitely up there. If you want to throw Miracle, maybe Miracle has the one good speech, and then other than that, not a whole lot. But Moneyball's perfect. Mighty Ducks, no. Quack.
Like Freeze said, Air Bud, don't be sleeping on him.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll sleep on Air Bud stinks.
Thunderstruck.
Let's get
where that guy steals Kevin Durant's talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's get into some facts about this movie. Came out on my birthday, 2011, September 23rd. Director was Bennett Miller. He didn't really
wait. You were born on September 11th?
23rd. It came out in 2011.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Cinematography.
What are you shaking your head at, Zach? You have something to say?
No, I don't.
I wasn't going to say any. I was asking him the date. I was asking him to reiterate the date. That's all I was doing. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Go ahead, Connor. Continue with your facts, please.
Cinematography was done by Wally Pfister. He's most known for his works on Inception, The Dark Knight trilogy, Memento, The Prestige, and Insomnia.
Wally's a shitty name. Can we get in front of that? That's a bad name.
Wally Pfister.
I'm just saying, Wally from the animated film is Lucifer.
Wally. Let me give me real quick. Zach, have you seen Wally the animated movie?
It's so trash.
That's the worst movie of all time. Wally the animated movie.
Elliot, you got to decide on your worst movie of all time, because 2 weeks ago you said it was Doctor Strange.
Yeah, well, that one's up there too. I got about 45 movies that are the worst movies of all time. Wally sucks. It's a robot. There's no dialogue except for those fat people on the spaceship. There's nothing.
Terrible.
That's all there is. It's just fat people on the spaceship, and then there's the garbage robot who picks up the garbage, and then he meets the other garbage robot named Evie, I think.
Yeah.
And then they fall in love.
Terrible movie.
I'm going to disagree with you. However, Wally is Lucifer. But
what does that mean, he's Lucifer?
Okay, think about it. Think about where he lives. It's like this terrible place, and then every human or like
I don't think
every
you're
other
going to get to
being-
where you think you're going here. I don't think you
I
can
do.
I
get
want to see
here.
where this. I want to see where this.
I don't
goes.
think Connor, we're here. You need to get like here. We're here.
Okay.
You need to get to here to
Let
connect
me talk
Wally
then.
to Satan.
Let me talk.
Okay, good.
Anyway,
After
so it's
you.
this unlivable habitat.
After you.
Every other being in the universe lives on this spacecraft that is up in the air. That is this utopia. It is flawless. It's like Eden. Everything is done for them. They don't have to work. Everything is done for them. And then what does Wally do? He finds a plant that he delivers to Eve, who then delivers it up, just like the apple in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, I don't think you got there.
I think we're reaching here.
I don't think you got
I
there.
think
I think you
we're
tried to get there and you tried your best, but your
You know what?
ladder was missing a few steps.
We'll revisit this, and I'll write down my whole thought process. When
And
I'm-
we can, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a deep review of Wally and how he is Satan on a different episode. But I do believe that movie stinks. Go ahead. Sorry. Continue with your fun facts. The guy's name was Wally.
Yeah. Anyway, Letterboxd has an average score of 3.8 out of 5, criminally low.
That's low.
Rotten Tomatoes, 94% tomato meter, 86% audience score. IMDb, 7.6 out of 10. Me, I have it at a 9.9 out of 10. This
Oh, yeah.
movie had a $50 million budget. It grossed 110.2 million globally.
Hmm.
It was nominated for Best Motion Picture. It lost to The Artist. Best Leading Actor, it lost to Jean Dujardin for The Artist, and Best Supporting Actor, it went to Christopher Plummer for Beginners. I
That's
haven't
wrong, by the
seen-
way. It should have won Best Picture. It should have won everything.
Yeah. And then my only fun fact for this one, for all the road games in the movie, they didn't actually travel. They just redecorated the Dodger Stadium.
Yep, that's probably right.
Good nugget.
Freeze, Elliot, any final thoughts on Moneyball?
Zach, go ahead.
9.1 on the free scale, which Elliot knows I'm a tough grader. I would
Yeah,
say.
so Connor, we should get into our scales real quick because Zach's the worst scorer of all time. He
so-
doesn't know how to
you're so
grade
crazy.
movies.
You're so crazy. It's a fair score, 9-1. It's a really good movie. If you give everything a 9.9, a 10, it's a 12, it's a 25, then you're just setting the bar. You're just setting the bar too high. You gotta be.
I don't grade
gotta be
everything that high,
fair.
Freeze.
You gotta be fair. No, I'm not
Freeze,
saying
I
you.
have-
I'm saying everybody.
I have
A
few movies
fair-
rated that high.
Not everything can be a 10. Not everything can be a 10. Jackie
No, but
Robinson can be a 10.
Moneyball's pretty damn close.
It's good. It's
It's about
really
as close as a
awesome.
sports movie will ever get.
I think a
Yep.
9.1 is a good score. That's a really good movie for me. Elliot, where's this? What's your ranking?
My ranking's a 9.7.
Okay. All right. All right.
Pretty flawless, I'd say.
Yeah, nothing else. All right. So instead of a draft this week, my dear friend Elliot, we are going to be doing a bracket in honor of March Madness.
There we go.
Except we got a movie baseball bracket.
Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look at this.
Thought you might appreciate this.
Yes.
I like
Yes. This is brilliant.
I see a lot of movies on here I haven't seen. We can cut that out. So.
All right, don't worry, Freeze. If you haven't seen them, Elliot and I will discuss. If we can't come to an agreement, then you can decide who had the better argument.
I'm
Okay.
pissed. I'm pissed you paired Bad News Bears with Field of Dreams because Bad News Bears is. I assume you mean that's the original.
I did not make this. I will say that.
Okay. All right. I was going to say because Bad News Bears is phenomenal.
This just happened to pop up on my Facebook feed like 2-3 days ago, and I was like, "This is perfect."
All right. All right. So I guess we'll go by 2 out of 3 vote, Connor. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a
So let's start up top. Number 1 seed Sandlot shouldn't be the 1 seed, but that's fine. And then 8 men out. 8 men out. I don't know what 8 men out is.
It's about the Black
So it's
that
about-
was was it the Black Sox or what, the Joe Jackson
No, it was the
thing?
1920 White Sox where they're all caught gambling, and then they weren't
Yeah,
allowed
that's the
to.
that's the Black Sox. That's the Black Sox.
Was it Black Sox? Okay, I thought it was
It's
White Sox.
The White Sox are it's called the Black Sox scandal, but
Yeah.
it's the
Okay.
White Sox.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. But for me personally, I'm gonna say Sandlot. I mean, it's an all-time classic. I feel like it has to move forward.
My vote is also Sandlot.
I would have
Okay.
voted for Sandlot as well. I've never seen
Oh, that's
it
an
now,
easy start.
so.
All right,
Bull Durham or the Benchwarmers?
that's a tough one.
Damn.
That I like Bull Durham a lot, but it's kind of corny. No.
It can be for sure. And actually, I forgot to say this earlier. Kevin Costner almost denied the role for Field of Dreams because he just got off the set for Bull Durham and didn't know if he wanted to do two baseball movies back to back.
Really?
Yeah. Freeze, have you seen Bull Durham?
I have seen Bull Durham. I just watched it last night.
nice.
I've seen it before. Man, I like Bull Durham though quite a bit. Me and my dad, we still quote that movie all the time. Yeah, it's corny. Susan Sarandon, Smoke in that one. Millie, also the character, went to high school with my mother. So
Really?
yeah, it's Bull Durham. This is a Bull Durham house. So
I do enjoy that movie, and my dad quotes it religiously.
yeah, a lot. Me too.
Well, my vote goes to the Benchwarmers here.
My vote's going Bull Durham.
I'm going
Zach?
Bull Durham. I like John Heater a lot. I want John Heater to make a comeback, but I'm going Bull Durham.
All right, that's fair.
Bull Durham moves on.
Zach, here we go. 42, Connor, the rookie. Let's see what we got for this. This shouldn't even be close, but and the rookie is who?
That's the
Dennis
Quaid
Quaid.
movie. That one, that's the patented. I've watched 5 minutes. I was bored and I left. So
Yeah,
Rookie, I think I enjoy the rookie more than most people do, merely because I would always watch with my dad growing up. However, pairing it against 42 is just an unfair first round for them. 42 has to move on.
Yeah, 42 is moving on. I actually have seen I forgot the rookie. Yeah, I'm gonna go 42, but the rookie's okay. It's a classic Disney movie, so not much to see there.
Yeah. The next one, however, I will say I have not seen For the Love of the Game.
Neither have I.
I
Freeze.
haven't seen either of these. So
So let's just move on the natural. That can just advance right away because I don't know what the hell For the Love of the Game is.
I know what it is, but I haven't seen it.
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
You can imagine exactly what it is based off the title.
Oh, that's Kevin Costner too. Are you kidding me?
I think so. Yeah.
What is this guy's problem?
Loves baseball guy.
And these were all like in the night. That's crazy. Yeah. So I don't know what this is, but the critics hated it. The audience. Let's see what the audience did.
2.9 on Letterboxd.
Yeah, it's not a liked
John
movie.
C. Reilly is in it.
Is he really?
He's the third guy on the cast list. Hey, J.K. Simmons is in it too.
J.K. Simmons is the king of minor roles.
We talked about that first episode. He is, and probably will forever be, the greatest supporting actor.
That's true. I'm sure he was the witty journalist in this one. I'm gonna advance the natural here just for the sake that I don't know what For the Love of the Game is.
Yeah, none of us have seen it. I think natural has to move on.
That's fair.
Next up, Field of Dreams, and I'm gonna assume it's the original Bad News Bears.
I hope so. The new one sucks.
Yeah, the new Bad News Bears is really bad. I'm gonna be honest here. I think I'm gonna advance the underdog. Bad News Bears, the original Bad News Bears is phenomenal. That's a phenomenal movie.
Great.
It is, but Field of Dreams, bro. We both just said it's probably the second greatest baseball movie of all time.
Yeah, but I think Bad News Bears was a very enjoyable movie. I think that was what The Sandlot could have. That was like The Sandlot was based off of that, except they didn't have a good drunk coach. So I'm gonna go sleeper pick. This is March Madness, Connor. After all, my vote is Bad News Bears.
Well,
My vote's Field of Dreams.
I haven't seen Field of Dreams.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's getting knocked out first.
So Bad News Bears, come on. Bad News Bears, great one. Gotta love,
I don't hate Bad News Bears. I think it's a great movie. It's a super fun watch, but
Bad News Bears, congratulations to you. You've advanced. What is The Perfect Game?
I don't know that one either.
I've seen it one time, and I honestly don't remember a whole lot about it, which might, be all you need to know about the movie, honestly.
So this is amid the poverty of Monterrey, Mexico, a ragtag group of boys discovers the joys of Sandlot baseball thanks to the guidance of a coach who once made it to the major leagues. So it's like,
No, I'm seeing they want it's everything you said, but then they win the Little League World Series, and it's based off a true story.
oh, I see. I see.
I have not. I'm looking at the movie poster. I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Neither have I.
Second cast listing on here is Cheech.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Moises Arias, Jake T. Austin, Ryan Ochoa. Wow, this is a Disney special in this.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
I'm gonna take Tom Hanks and we're gonna go League of Their Own by a mile.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Zach,
I haven't seen a League of Their Own. But I've heard good things. I know there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. I know that, but I don't.
All right, since Freeze is
I'm
just
an expert.
disappointing after disappointing comment.
I'm a
Elliot,
baseball movie expert.
yeah.
last season I got to play on the Rockford Peaches home field.
Really?
Yeah,
How about that?
yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's pretty sick. Okay. So all right. So next one, Moneyball, Hardball. Again, Hardball. I have not seen. Moneyball being a 4 seeds, disgusting. Moneyball advances, no problem.
Moneyball advance.
Yeah, Hardball is Keanu Reeves.
I've heard of it. I kind of know about it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, is Hardball with
He's pretty much a low life drinker, smoker, gambler, whatever you want to say, and he starts to or he agrees to coach a little league team.
Oh, that movie is good. No, that movie is good because that's got the kid in it.
Got a very young Michael B. Jordan in it.
It's got G Baby dies. G Baby, I think gets shot.
Yep.
Okay, I have seen this. I have seen Hardball. That's a good movie. That should have been paired against something else because I would have advanced that movie, but not against Moneyball. Moneyball is the best movie on this list.
Yeah, and then Angels in the Outfield are Major League.
I believe it or not, I've only seen half of Major League, and Angels of the Outfield I've seen, but I did not like it. Angel of the Outfield was kind of stupid.
Yeah,
I agree, but it just holds such a good place in my heart from my childhood when you don't matter what a good movie is. Like,
right.
That's fair.
I personally like Angels in the Outfield for this one. Plus, I think Charlie Sheen is really fucking dumb in Major League, but it's still a good movie.
So which one are you voting for?
I'll let Major League advance.
I'm going to vote Angels in the Outfield. March Madness.
Really? Okay. Freeze.
I haven't seen Major League, so what am I?
Well, yeah, Zach, you haven't seen any movie ever. But why don't you give us a guess?
They don't call it March Normalcy.
That's right.
I'm gonna take Angels in the Outfield. Now, I don't particularly love Angels in the Outfield. It was okay. It's been a while since I've seen it, but let's advance Angels in the Outfield. We're gonna get so crushed.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so we'll go back up.
Are you kidding me? Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, top left quadrant. We got the Sandlot taking on Bull Durham. The Sandlot wins here, and it's not close. So, that's unanimous. Sandlot advances to the national semifinal. On the lower quadrant, we have 42 taking on the Natural. Again, I don't think it's going to be close.
I think 42 blows it out of the water.
Yep. So 42 advances to the national semifinal. We go up to the top right quadrant. We have Bad News Bears, a shocking upset as the 7 seed. They will be taking on Tom Hanks in a league of their own. I am going to vote for Bad News Bears because this is March Madness.
I'm voting for the league of their own.
Okay.
That movie is.
It's a very good movie. It's a very good movie. But
it might be a top 5 baseball movie.
Perhaps, but Bad News Bears, this is March, and they're going to win. Zach, what do you got?
It might be a top 5 baseball movie, but it ain't today. It's Bad News Bears. Bad
News Bears, the 7 seed, advances to the national semifinal. Moneyball,
if you guys let Bad News Bears win this thing, I'm throwing hands.
Moneyball versus Angels in the Outfield. This is a blowout. It's not close. I don't even need to say it. Moneyball advances.
Oh,
Moneyball by a million.
No, Connor, you clown. All right. So now we go up to the first semifinal. We have the Sandlot and we have 42. This is going to be close. I'll go first with my vote. I am going to go 42. I'm going 42.
Freeze, you want to have a say in this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Sandlot.
Oh, that
Sandlot's
fucking
my
sucks.
child.
Because 42's advancing to the finals.
42 advances to the national championship match. They
Everyone
will be
saw it coming.
Yep. 42, great movie. Rightfully so.
Now,
Sandlot.
Bad
Sandlot's
News Bears, get the fuck out of here.
Bad News Bears taking on Moneyball. I think Moneyball is a better movie. Sometimes a team is
Oh
just
my
hot at the
God.
right moment. Bad News Bears advances to the national
Elliot,
championship.
you
That's
just said it's the best sports movie of all time.
it's the best sports movie of all time. Purdue was a #1 seed this year. They lost to Farley Dickinson.
I'm
a
dealing with fucking
16 seed.
imbeciles on this podcast.
Bad News
Starting-
Bears gets my vote. Connor,
starting
who's your
next-
vote?
Shut the fuck up. You know what my vote is. Starting next week, this is a solo podcast.
Zach, who's your vote?
Oh, you guys aren't having me back on?
Zach, who's your vote?
I'm gonna go. I can't go. I'm not voting against Moneyball. It's Moneyball.
Thank Christ.
Oh,
It's Moneyball.
And-
Thank Christ.
Come on.
unfortunately, the 7 seed Bad News Bears loses at the horn. Loses at the
Doesn't
horn.
make it this
Moneyball
far.
It's
barely
Moneyball.
beats them out.
It's Moneyball.
All
And now
right.
we have Moneyball
This one-
versus 42, and I think this is going to be unanimous for Moneyball, but I'm going to vote Moneyball.
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 That was fun, Connor. I enjoyed that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I haven't
I would
seen
definitely like to
90%
find
of
some
these,
more.
so I
Maybe
like
we can make our own.
Yeah, we can. You can put me in charge. I can make some brackets for this. Zach, thank you for spending your time with us. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad my expertise could come in handy.
So Zach, which one of these movies that you haven't seen out of you 2, 4, 6, 8 out of these 16 teams, Zach, 16 movies, and you haven't seen 15 of them? Which one are you more inclined to see?
It's a good question. I mean, you guys really, I feel like 42, you guys really made me feel bad about not seeing.
Yeah, that's a pretty historical movie. Pretty
but
important
also,
one.
But also Major League. I feel like Major League is like one of those where that one's super popular.
It is. I think it's the only baseball movie to get a trilogy.
That's
uh,
right.
Bad-
No,
Bad
I
News
think
Bears.
Bad News
they
Bears
had
gets a
3 of them.
trilogy.
Does it?
Yep.
I think they had like,
Yeah.
I think they made 3 of those movies. It's
Yep, they
outrageous.
did. They did. And that's because it was the rightful champion of this bracket.
You know what? Honestly, next time though, we should have thrown in Chicken Little.
Haven't seen it.
Look, my review for Chicken Little on Letterboxd is Chicken Little is a 4.4 out of 10. Unless you are wine drunk, then is a 10 out of 10.
Chicken Little, that movie scared the shit out of me. That any of those claymation movies, they need to stop those forever. Wallace
That's
and
not a claymation.
Chicken Little?
You're thinking Chicken Run.
Oh, I'm thinking Chicken Run.
Oh yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
No, but every time I've ever been wine drunk in my life, I have watched Chicken Little.
No, Chicken Little's a good movie. They've got a great song on that soundtrack too. It's by the Bare Naked Ladies. I forget what song it is, Zach. Help me out. One Little Slip.
Okay.
One Little Slip. Great song on the soundtrack. That's a good movie. I forgot that and that was a big baseball movie. I forgot about that. That was a good pull, Connor.
Oh, if only we did a draft.
If only we did a draft. Zach,
Did you ever see the movie Big Hero? I think it's called.
No.
It's pretty much. It's not called Big Hero, but and I'll find out the name of the movie here shortly. But essentially, the basis of the story is this kid breaks into the Yankees locker room and steals Babe Ruth's bat and a home run ball, and they like come alive and talk to him.
Oh wow.
It's a terrible movie. But
What's the
think I might
movie
have
where the
seen it.
kid gets superpowers and he joins the Cubs?
That's Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
Hell yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Zach, have you seen that one?
I've seen that one. Henry
Yeah, that's a
Rosenberg.
good one.
Rosenberger. Get out there.
What's a better one? That movie? The one where the kid gets Kevin Durant's powers?
Or the guy
Or-
who can manage the Twins.
Or Luck of the Irish?
What's that? I haven't seen that.
That's a Disney Channel movie where the kid gets lucky Irish charm magic.
I'm going Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, it's a
Very
good one. I'll
fun.
go with that one as well.
Rookie of the Year is kind of like a childhood. I've definitely seen that one probably like 10 times. That's like a childhood staple, I think. Not like a award-winning movie or anything, but
The movie that I'm talking about is called Everyone's Hero.
Everyone's hero. I
Yeah.
won't be tuning into that one.
No, yeah, don't. It's a terrible movie. The main four that are on the cover of this movie is William H. Macy, Bob Reiner, Raven Simone, and Whoopi Goldberg.
wow.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And you can see all that whole cast on The View on Sunday mornings. Zach, thank you so much for joining us. This was fun.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun.
Appreciate
It has been a
Appreciate y'all
pleasure.
having me. Absolutely.
Definitely catch up on your movie knowledge before the kickoff for opening day next year.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
I'll do a report next year. I'll have
Yeah.
a report on all these movies.
All right, we might bring this back when it comes World Series time.
There we go. There we go. All right. Connor, sign us off, baby.
All right, boys, it's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun.
Yikes. That was a bad send off. Would you
You
like me
guys
to
didn't
try?
You didn't like my movie quote last week.
No, I didn't. Would you like me to try to send it off?
Yeah, please do it, Elliot.
All right. Hickory
Oh, yeah,
dickory.
there it is.
You ready? You ready?
Do it.
We're waiting on you.
Hickory dickory dock. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah, mine was terrible.
All right. That's it. Buttered podcast. Extra buttered. Popcorn. We'll see you guys next week.